Hi, everybody. Welcome to my sixth installation of the World's Nations Reset series. Sorry I haven't continued this series in so long. I've just been sidetracked with so many other videos and just a lot of things have been in the way recently. So let's continue it. So I think, as I remember, we last left off with the Red Nation getting absolutely crumpled, being absolutely crushed after their killing spree. So what I feel like we're gonna focus on is colonization of the rest of the world and European powers discovering about Oceania, because the Brown Nation has already discovered that, and it's getting its way through newspapers. So nations are starting to consider this, like, So, first thing that happens, Purple Nation sends some ships to go through here and then find Oceania that way. So, what to do is, alright, let's get a line drawn out here. They settle along the coastal areas, but mainly just annexing this upper peninsula, which is okay, it's pretty bad. So, these are all the lands they claim. Alright. So those are the claimed lands by the British. And now the Brown team has landed on Tasmania. So the Brown team has gathered the supplies to sail from New Zealand to Tasmania. And then they don't know about Australia existing. The purple team only knows about Australia existing because of this country that was from the remnant nations of the red team. So now the brown team is finding out about Australia. So they are able to colonize the coast of what would now be like where Sydney is and stuff. Alright, that's actually pretty normal, except for this part. Alright. So they just mainly claim the coast because the area around Australia here is just desert. So in terms of, like, just picture a geological map of Australia and what it looks like from space. 85% of the entire landmass is just desert. So the red team got pretty deep in there. That's what she said. So now I was thinking that I'm just gonna do what I want at this point. So since in this timeline, civilization started from the Middle East and expanded out from there. I don't know. Let's finally have a country. Alright, so the brown team sends some expeditions out here-ish to see just what's out there. So they sent some people out there. They're here now. Pink Nation does similar. Pink Nation does same. There's Pink Nation out here. Each country just sends people out to explore the region. Even the like weird Cyan Greeks. So then all those cultures accidentally combine into one weird into one weird looking nation. Just making sure his color isn't taken. Wow, it surprisingly is not. I'm surprised his color's not taken. Here's the capital of that nation. And it fills all possible territory within the area. So, all of continental Europe has been filled in. Now the three main landmasses that are undiscovered are South America, especially Africa, and now Oceania. So, let's go back to South America. Somehow, the line, let's have the dark blue nation. This one right here, this dark blue nation. Let's have like one of the very first nations have a colony here, since they would be like one of the most developed. Their colony is right along here. This coastline's mostly fine. Alright, so that's the dark... No, let's not put it there. So... They can't use the Amazon River, because that's being taken away from them. Let's say they settle along the coast of Peru. I guess they're good with mountains. They stop once they hit the mountains here, the Andes Mountains. They stop once they hit the Andes Mountains because like they're not crossing that. And the Andes Mountains go from like down here all the way up to here. So they don't really go past the Andes Mountains. But they're the first nation outside of Europe to have a colony in America. I mean, in the Americas. No, in South America. The Red Nation was severely, and back to the Middle East, the Red Nation was severely punished for their war crimes. Please don't demonetize me. But they still do allow some reforms. So they still do allow the red team. This was just what their smallest size during their last war. But officially these were the official hold on, let's fix this part. Oops, I accidentally just called the Red Nation pink somehow. Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, better keep that pink. But these are the actual borders of the Red Nation. This area is still in dispute for the newly formed Dark Turquoise Nation and Light Brown Nation, or Tan. I'm just gonna call them Tan. And it is decided that it will be split between. No, it won't be split. They'll all go to the Tan Nation. The Red Nation is seeking for new resources to try and get its economy back up to where it used to be. So they sail through here. Somehow the Maroon and Blue Nation let them go past. And they set up a colony down on southern Africa. So yeah, they just put a little colony there on Africa. No aggressive fighting for the colony or anything. No natives down there. Since civilization originated in, there's only maybe 100 people just in this region. And they see the Blue Nation has a colony in this South America continent they have heard about. So the Red Nation sees where all the other countries are settling and decides to settle on a similar area, going right along this coast, where I previously wanted the Blue Nation to have a colony. So, why is this the primary color? Oh, dang. After a few years, the Red Nation colonizes all of this, and nothing really important happened in between those years. So now this is what's happened to the world. Nothing much. So what I want happening here, I'm just gonna imagine a random year. I kind of want to imagine this is the 1400s, because the colonizations of all these new places. Let's say it's the 1470s. 1472, this is what the world map looks like. I'm making years for this. Screw it. 1472. This is the world map. Alright. This is gonna... Alright. And... now, finally, the full colonization, the full settling of Scandinavia happens. Scandinavia is finally getting settled. Come on. Alright. That looks stupid. Let's just... that's better. So the dark purple and brown team, they just fill up the land together. They just both take it up. So their Scandinavia is settled. They still haven't settled on a border right now. They're just doing this a pretty much straight line. And now all these nations are arguing over who gets this middle piece, even though it's practically worthless. Dark turquoise wants this. The dark brown team wants this, but also a bit of this, which is interfering with dark turquoise. Dark blue wants all of this, including a little bit of the other nation's territory. That's what they want. Normal blue wants this, which interferes. Oh no, that's a bit too. They want all of And the turquoise nation wants this, and a bit of the other nation's actual territory. Specifically like this. So yeah, that would leave only this space left. So what happens is a war over this. And what causes the war is dark turquoise taking their claims. And then every country gets mad, so they just start rushing people out to take claims as quick as possible. It could make some nations mad if they don't get anything. So dark blue nation is really upset because they want some land that goes right through here. So they go to war. Alright. So now dark brown and dark blue are at war. First thing dark blue does is instantly make some good invasions into the nation. Going across here. But up here, it's not going so good since there's like no natural landscape protecting this. That's getting invaded. And okay, how about we just make that normal white? No, what about this? That's better. Make a weird little pointy thing with their invasion. But that invasion up here earlier immediately got pushed back. But that dark brown invasion also got pushed back. So now most of the fighting's just here. But since the brown team wasn't expecting fighting up here since, the Gobi Desert and the Mongolian steppe, just all in the way. Dark Blue Nation goes absolutely insane with their large military, which is much stronger than the Dark Brown Team's military. So now, Dark Blue Nation is threatening the capital of Dark Brown and could potentially win the war. So, as a quick diversion, the Brown Team makes another invasion all down here, like a big old bar. So with that pulls a lot of forces out, which causes them to, lose some ground up here and around here. Still retain most of the invasion. And it's just a big old stalemate pretty much right now. They're just no good gains are being made, really. But the Dark Blue Nation gathers all of their forces. All of their forces. All right here. Half of their entire military is here. Or no, 30% of their entire military force is here. And they just full send it. Straight at the Dark Brown Nation. They just full send it. Straight for the capital. Making a giant bulge that gets real close to the capital. Like a person standing in the middle of the capital would see the people charging at the capital. From 5 miles away. The Dark Blue Nation remembers the red team's encirclement tactics and tries it. Only managing to get one good side down. Because the brown team sees what they're doing and repels the other one. So now they have to... So they just go straight down for the capital and they sap it. They take the capital. Capital's been sacked. So now the capital's been sacked. And they knocked the brown team right out of the war. With that one blow, the brown team is knocked out of the war. Here's the final deal. Alright. So, the Dark Blue Nation gains most of the territory they invaded, which is a huge defeat. That's a huge defeat for the Dark Brown team. And they take all that territory they wanted earlier. I forgot to mention this is also going on where countries are fighting for claims. Turquoise Nation politely asks for this tiny sliver of land so they can complete their needs. Poor Nation allows it, not many people live in that region anyways. So... yeah, that's done. Blue Nation does their needs. Without any fighting. Unlike the Dark Blue Nation, which is being stupid. And they decide to set up a buffer zone between them all because they really need that. Like, they could really use a buffer zone right now. How if I actually... wait. Oh. I should probably just use a different shade of blue anyways. Get a new shade of light blue. Oh boy. That does not look good. Yeah, if I do this, oh no. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. Alright. Well, new color. Because surprisingly this color is unused. So there's a new buffers nation. Oh, this is the correct capital size. No, it's supposed to be a bit. Okay, it's supposed to be 17 pixels. There's a buffer state now. Back to Africa. Alright. So, for Africa, the light purple nation starts taking more of the Sahara. They're used to the desert. The Europeans are not. So, they just take tiny slivers. Brown Nation arguably gets one of the worst spots there. But they do get pretty good areas here. They just need to conquer this colony here set up by the turquoise. Here. Set up by the turquoise. We haven't seen much from the Green Nation. They've just been focusing on their economics for a while. They do expand a bit further out though. And I accidentally made a Florida, dang it. Nope, that's not it. So, alright, all these nations are making new claims, but the purple nation makes the biggest. By claiming they just claim all of this is theirs. And they just claim it since no one else is there to claim it too. Red Nation realizes that Africa's free land is dwindling fast, so they need to start hurrying. Alright. So they take over most of that. And brown team, they take a bit more that isn't just the coast. Now the entire southern part of Africa, well, there's no more coastlines on Africa that haven't been colonized. So, Turquoise Nation, gets a bit more. They take this, and they venture out for more water sources to see if they can find any more things to survive on. But real quick, the brown team hears of a small lake here that they can use, of like small lakes over here and here that haven't been taken yet, so they quickly rush over to make claims across there, which accidentally blocks the red team from going any further. But they do get that lake. So this is where I'm gonna have to end it for here. So, like, comment, subscribe. As I always say, those are all optional things for your decision. I will see you in another video. Bye.